Sorry, work. Yeah, you're right. I'm filming it during my work because I'm a good worker. Please hire me. First thing that I would like to suggest you to declutter is your underwear. I personally know very well what it's like to try to wear something that is super uncomfortable for you because you think you look good in it, because you think that your partner will love you better in it, you know what I mean? There were times when I were trying to wear some, tangos with the things that go straight into my butt, slicing me apart. But now I've grown a little bit older and a little bit more mature, and now I know that you better not wear something that is uncomfortable for you, especially if that's your underwear. This can make you think about it your whole day and spoil this whole day just being so rushy. Apparently I meant the word rash, and I think that creates rash is rashy, I think, but it turned out to be rashy. I'm sorry, I don't know how it happened. Stinky. Just uncomfortable in general. I have now only one bra, just because I found out that without it, it's a lot more comfortable. Try that please. If you, like me, do not need like a huge support from a bra, try not wearing it at all and declutter it if you try to find things to declutter this winter. Uncomfortable shoes. Also one of the things that we do wear sometimes because we think we look good in it, but you know what? If I choose comfortability versus beautifulness, I would better choose the comfortability, if this is a word actually, because when you are confident, you feel beautiful. If you want, I really suggest you considering throwing away your uncomfortable high heels or shoes that make your feet feel in a trap, or things that make blisters. I know how I hate heels, but I didn't know before that I don't have to wear them to look beautiful, because I am beautiful in just flat shoes that I really like and that are really comfortable. Another thing I would like to suggest you considering to declutter, of course I'm not saying you to do that, just if you like this idea, it's email. Emails are something that we do not actually go through a lot, and we feel like it's in the digital space and it therefore does not take up that much of a physical space, but still it draws your attention every time you go to your email account, right? So I would like to suggest you thinking about practicing zero inbox. If you don't know, this idea means that every time you get an email, you immediately decide what to do with that. You can consider making some folders for that. You can consider deleting all of the things that you feel like you'll never need. When I look at this zero inbox, I feel like one thing in my life is under control, and this motivates me to get all the other things in my life under my control. The next thing, as it's like the pre-New Year period, I'd like to suggest you throwing away some of your unneeded or untrendy, unstylish. If there are some New Year decoration and Christmas decoration. In Ukraine here we celebrate the New Year more than Christmas, but still, if you have some decorations that you don't like, that are torn out, that are worn out and don't look good, please just feel free to go and throw them away. Read books. I know how hard it is sometimes to get rid of the books that you really liked but you have already read, but 90% of the books that you have already read will never be read again. This is the statistics that I have just made up, but just look at your situation. Do you really reread the books? If you have some read books that you understand that you will not probably read, consider getting rid of that. Spices are something that we try to experiment sometimes. At least this is what I do when I buy some new spices that I will probably not like. My absolutely favorite and must-have set of spices is garlic powder, smoked paprika or just paprika, salt, Even I sometimes don't need pepper, but there are some things that I usually buy and there are some things that I buy to just try out. And usually spices that I experiment with, they just don't like them. So if you're like me and you do not like the experiments that you did in your life with spices, then go ahead and throw them away. Cosmetics. Do you say that? Cosmetics, makeup, whatever, let it be both. Okay, your makeup that expired or that you don't really like, or the colors that don't usually fit your lifestyle. If you have just red eyeshadows and you go to office every day where you're not allowed to wear it, probably you want to donate this eyeshadow or gift it to somebody else for the New Year's Eve. So if you know that some of your makeup is just like that, go ahead and declutter it. Packaging for presents, present packaging. How do you call that? You know, that tissue paper, all the bows and stripes, all the things that you usually take from the bottom of your shelves right in this period before Christmas and before the New Year. So if you're anyways going to get them out of your wardrobes, why not just go through the things that you don't use and you haven't used for some time in the packaging material? Just throw it away. Just throw it away because you don't use it. Furniture. Yeah, furniture is something that you cannot just, throw away whenever you want that. Of course, this is an expense that you want to plan. And if you want to replace some piece of furniture, please think first where and when and how you're going to buy your next one, if this one is already worn out. But if you also have some furniture that you don't use a lot and that just collects dust and other knickknacks and things to clutter your space, just declutter it. For example, I have now a computer right there that's standing on the table, my bed table, that I liked really much when I used this laptop. But now I have my computer recently bought, so I pretty much do not need this table anymore, and I will definitely declutter it as soon as I sell the laptop. So if you have something like that that just collects dust and knickknacks, then think of gifting it to someone who needs it, or donate it, or you know what I mean, get rid of it. The next one is the tools and different details for your renovation, for home renovations. I use something for renovation and then I get the extras of something like wallpaper, nails, and other words that I don't know in English yet. I feel like these are collecting all the times that I want to make something over in my apartment. So why would I even keep that? That's a question. Why would I even keep the wallpaper that I have already put in my walls? So I would like to get rid of it and buy something whenever I need that, then let these things just take up my space that I need for other things, or that I want for other things, or that I just don't want to be cluttered. Cups. Actually, I come from a family where mom really loved many cups and bought them like every half a year again and again, just because she loves cups. That's her hobby. But if you find out there are some cups that keep standing, at the bottom of your cupboard, probably you don't need them anymore, and you can go ahead and declutter them, or think of where you could donate them or gift it to someone, especially before the new year. But consider that this person who you are going to gift many of those things doesn't actually need those if you don't ask him or her before you want to gift something. I hate actually bad gifts, but I constantly get them and I have to declutter or get rid of them after I'm gifted. Of course, gifts are nice to take and it's good to think that people take care of you, but sometimes I don't like these gifts. This has nothing to do with the person who gives me this gift. Of course, I divide these feelings. I feel good towards this person and bad towards the thing that I don't need, and I want to just get rid of it as soon as possible. So to avoid it, just ask before you want to gift to someone something if he or she needs it. By the way, have you noticed how beautiful I am today? Actually, one of my viewers commented and told me that I should wear this blouse. And I was showing it in the video about the things that I only own one of. So if you are interested in this too, go ahead and watch it. I will leave it here and in the description. Your pet toys or other pet stuff that you thought your cat would really like but didn't actually like. This can be cat food that your cat doesn't actually eat, or some toys, or collar. How do you call that? A thing that you need to walk your cats and dogs with. All of the things can also be a little bit cluttery for us because we cannot know if we are going to use them, because this depends not on us but on the thoughts of this small little thing that will or will not like this thing. So if your fluffy child doesn't like it, it will probably not change. Torn things. Okay, I have just a couple of socks that are torn, and I am such a bad sewer. Mistress. What's the word? That I will probably not mend it. I'm sorry, but I'm not a person who mends socks that are torn. I often try to plan it. I even have this in my task manager to sew my torn socks, but I actually never do that. Even now when I'm sitting here and editing my video, I remember that I have a hole in my sock. That is such a shame. When will I just go and mend it? Why not? Or throw them. And they keep just hanging there alone in my basket, waiting for their time to be actually thrown away, because I will probably never sew them. If you are like me, then please declutter those socks or other torn things that you don't like or don't need. Bags. I have just found this word and learned it. Packs. I have recently had a big bunch of packs. Oh, but you probably have a dryer and you do not air dry your clothes. But who knows? If you do, if you air dry your clothes using packs, this is just what I use, then probably you have a big bunch of them that you probably don't need. It's definitely my case, and last year when I was decluttering, I threw away a lot of these packs and I don't regret it at all. I have saved a couple of extra ones, but I've never used them as well. So if you have just spare packs, then share them with somebody else. Jars. Oh, actually I'm so tired right now. It's just I haven't slept the whole night. You know why? The reason is very interesting. Whenever I learn a lot of new things, I can't sleep. When I learn a lot, I don't sleep well because I can't just stop thinking of this thing that I'm learning. Last night was just exactly this night because I started to learn about investment, which I've never heard of before. I don't know how it's like in your area, but here, nobody tells about it. You don't get to learn about it at school. You rely on your luck to somehow probably know English, because I found my first video about investment in English and about the saving up for retirement and all the things. What if you just are not that lucky to stumble upon a video about this? I was actually writing about this in my Instagram, so if you're interested, just go ahead and check my Instagram. I post there sometimes. I couldn't sleep because I found out a lot of new things for the last 3 days. Give me a half of the night, brain. No, you just took the whole night. What are we talking about? We were actually going through the things to declutter before Christmas, before the new year. Yeah. Jars. Yeah, I was talking about jars. I keep collecting the empty jars. Whenever I eat something from it, I just keep it. I keep it until my cupboard gets full of those, and I have to go and try to donate those things to someone. Thank God our grannies near a metro station that are selling some pickled things really need that. So I always have someone to gift it to. But it's just I sometimes forget, and then my cupboard doesn't close. So if you're like me and just keep and collect those things too, just declutter them before Christmas. You want some empty space before this new year, before this new stage of your life, symbolically, but still it's somehow a new start, right? Leaking flasks. I am so unlucky with those. Whenever I buy a flask, it's like a shitty quality. Probably I just don't know how to choose them. And I just also keep collecting them. Even though they're leaking. But if you have some leaking flasks or mugs or broken cups, you probably also want to get rid of those. Newspapers and journals and magazines. Yeah, journal and magazine. Are these the same or not? If you have some newspaper, then you're probably 65. Sorry, bad joke. But if you still have some magazines that you do not read, or some subscriptions to magazines or journals or newspapers that you don't really need, then declutter them. Next one is subscriptions to some apps, to the emails, to some Patreons that you don't really enjoy. All of the things that keep getting money from your wallet, just coin by coin, and make you farther from your financial goals, and all of the things that actually just distract you whenever you don't need that or that you do not genuinely enjoy. So go through your subscription list in your Google Pay account or whatever you use and declutter those as well. Bags, I don't really mean that you need to declutter your bags, but if you have some extra ones, probably you do need. But bag is just something that contains a lot of things usually. And there are even things that we forget about in our purses, in our backpacks and bags, some receipts, knickknacks, pieces of paper, pens, pictures, some money, coins, other stuff that actually our bags can contain, but it's not their space, it's not their home. If you have bags and you use bags, go through all of them before this period of time and try to throw away, get rid of the things that have been in those bags for some time and you don't want actually them to be there anymore. Alright, these were all the things. I guess there are 21 or 22 of those, but these were all things. And please subscribe and hit the like button and hit the notification bell and leave a comment and okay, that's it actually. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the year and a great Christmas time and what you actually celebrate, Hanukkah or whatever. Goodbye!